Hamlet is one of the most famous stories ever written, not because it has battles, monsters, or magic, but because it shows something very human. A man who thinks too much and acts too late. Written by William Shakespeare around the year 1600, Hamlet is not just a play about revenge. It is a deep psychological story about the human mind, about doubt, fear, morality, and the painful gap between knowing what to do and actually doing it. The story takes place in Denmark, inside a royal family that looks powerful from the outside but is deeply broken from within. At the center of this story is Prince Hamlet, a young man whose life collapses when his father, the King of Denmark, suddenly dies. Before Hamlet can properly mourn, his mother, Queen Gertrude, marries his uncle Claudius, who then becomes the new king. This quick marriage shocks Hamlet and plants the first seeds of anger, confusion, and disgust in his mind. Hamlet is not a simple hero. He is not brave in the traditional sense. He does not rush into action. Instead, he thinks. He questions everything. He overanalyzes every situation, every emotion, every moral choice. This is what makes him fascinating and frustrating at the same time. One night, Hamlet sees the ghost of his dead father. This moment changes everything. The ghost reveals a terrible truth. King Hamlet was not killed by natural causes. He was murdered by his own brother, Claudius, who poured poison into his ear while he slept. The ghost demands revenge. He tells Hamlet to kill Claudius and restore justice. At this moment, the story could have ended quickly if Hamlet were a man of instant action. But Hamlet is not that man. Instead of acting, Hamlet begins to think. He doubts the ghost. Is it really his father, or is it a demon trying to trick him? He doubts himself. Is he brave enough to kill a king? He doubts morality. Is murder ever justified, even for revenge? He doubts reality itself. What is truth? What is appearance? What is right and what is wrong? This endless thinking becomes Hamlet's greatest strength and his greatest weakness. To buy time and observe Claudius, Hamlet pretends to be mad. He acts strange, speaks in riddles, and confuses everyone around him. Some people believe his madness is fake, others believe it is real. But this act allows Hamlet to move freely and watch how others react. Claudius, however, is not stupid. He becomes suspicious. He senses danger in Hamlet's strange behavior. To spy on him, Claudius uses Hamlet's former friends, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. This betrayal hurts Hamlet deeply and increases his sense that the world is corrupt and dishonest. One of the most important moments in the play is when Hamlet arranges a theater performance that secretly mirrors the murder of his father. His goal is simple: watch Claudius's reaction. If Claudius feels guilty, Hamlet will know the ghost was telling the truth. When Claudius reacts with fear and stops the play, Hamlet finally has proof. Now he knows Claudius is guilty. And yet, Hamlet still does not act. This is the core of the tragedy. Hamlet finds Claudius alone, praying. He has the perfect chance to kill him. But again, Hamlet thinks. He reasons that if he kills Claudius while he is praying, Claudius's soul might go to heaven. Hamlet wants true revenge, not just death. So he waits. That decision costs him everything. Because of his delay, innocent people suffer. Hamlet accidentally kills Polonius, the father of Ophelia, while Polonius is hiding behind a curtain. This act is sudden, careless, and ironic. Hamlet, who hesitates to kill a guilty king, kills an innocent man without thinking. Ophelia, whom Hamlet once loved, is destroyed by grief. Her father is dead. Hamlet has rejected her. The royal court is cold and cruel. She loses her sanity and eventually drowns, possibly by suicide. Her death is one of the most heartbreaking results of Hamlet's inability to act clearly and responsibly. Meanwhile, Laertes, Ophelia's brother, returns seeking revenge for his father's death. Unlike Hamlet, Laertes acts immediately. He does not overthink. He does not hesitate. He represents the opposite of Hamlet. Where Hamlet is slow and thoughtful, Laertes is fast and emotional. Claudius manipulates Laertes, just as he manipulates everyone else. Together, they plan Hamlet's death using a poisoned sword and poisoned wine. This plan shows how delay allows evil to grow stronger and more dangerous. In the final scene, everything collapses at once. The duel begins. The poisoned blade is used. The poisoned wine is drunk by Queen Gertrude by mistake. Laertes is wounded by his own weapon. Claudius's plan is exposed. Only at the very end, when death is unavoidable, does Hamlet finally act. With his dying strength, Hamlet kills Claudius. The revenge is completed, But it is too late to save anything else. Hamlet dies. Gertrude dies. Laertes dies. Ophelia is already gone. The royal family is destroyed. Denmark is left empty and broken, ready to be taken over by Fortinbras, a foreign prince who acted decisively while Hamlet hesitated. This ending delivers Shakespeare's harsh message. Thinking without action can be just as destructive as acting without thought. Hamlet's famous line, "To be, or not to be," is not just about life and death. It is about paralysis. It is about standing still while the world moves forward. Hamlet understands life deeply, but understanding alone does not save him. Shakespeare was ahead of his time. Hamlet is one of the first characters in literature who feels modern. He suffers from depression, anxiety, moral confusion, and existential fear. He is trapped inside his own mind. He sees too many possibilities, too many consequences, too many questions. In a way, Hamlet represents all of us. We think too much. We wait for the perfect moment. We fear making the wrong choice. And while we hesitate, life moves on. The tragedy of Hamlet is not that he thinks. Thinking is powerful. The tragedy is that he cannot turn thought into action at the right time. Hamlet explains simply, thinking too much, acting too late is not just the story of a prince. It is a warning, a reminder that wisdom without courage leads to regret, and that action delayed can destroy even the purest intentions. In the end, Hamlet becomes a hero not because he wins, but because he finally understands himself, just moments before everything is lost.